Hey everybody, welcome to Spindles Workshop. My name's Louie. In this video, I'm going to take this curly maple, this beautiful curly maple, and I'm going to make a salad bowl out of it, a segmented salad bowl. First step will be to cut strips out of this. I'll cut a piece off to make a starting base, and then I'll just add the segments on top of that. I've made another project with this wood, and this is some beautiful wood. Stick around, it should be fun. So what you just saw me do is I cut this piece off. It's about 7 by 8 3/4. This will be my base. And I cut these 4 strips at about 3/4 of an inch. And I want to use them this way because this is the pretty side of the wood. So let's go ahead and start getting this into a base shape. So I have this semi-rounded piece of curly maple on here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to round it off, put a radius on it, and put a recess for my chuck, my big 3-inch chuck, I think. And then we'll flip it around and start hollowing it out so it could be our base for our segmented bowl. So let's get that done. So it's turning about 1200. 1250, 1230. I'm gonna go ahead and start rounding this off. So I got this turned over and put in my chuck. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of concave the inside a little bit, leave a nice little flat end here to start attaching rings. So let's go ahead and get that done. You're gonna be running about 1300 RPMs. All right, I got that nice and flat. I put a little dish here. You can still see the screw holes, but I got plenty of room to go down. But I'm gonna leave it on for now because as I put the rings on, I'm going to be coming in and cutting it a little more. So I'd rather leave more than not have enough, because to match the ring to the bottom, I'm going to have to cut into here. So anyway, so the next step is we'll make a ring for this. All right, so I got my jig set up here on my table saw. I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting my first ring. I have a more detailed video on how I make rings. If you want to see it, I'll leave a link up here and down below. But I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting my first ring. So I dry clamped this, and it didn't come out exactly perfect. There was a tiny little gap. So what I'm going to do is this is a 12-piece ring. So I'm going to do 6 and 6. Put these 2 little round dowels in here and clamp it like that. And then I'll show you how I sand it afterwards to get a nice perfect fit. So let's go ahead and glue this together. I don't know if you could see that. All these joints are all perfect right now. And then after this dries, I'll take this on the surface sander and I'll flatten these out so this matches together perfectly. So we'll wait for this to dry. I took this out of the hose clamp and you can see they don't match up. So what I'll do is I'll just flatten the ends here and then they should match up perfectly. So now I have perfect flat matching edges. So we'll glue that up and then we'll glue it to the base. So I have it clamped up. I'm going to prepare the one side so I can glue it to the base. So I have this side nice and flat and I'm going to go ahead and glue it to the base. So I have this first ring glued up and mounted on the lathe here. I'm gonna start cleaning the outside, try to match the base here, and then we'll clean the inside out a little, match the inside, and then we'll continue attaching rings. So let's go ahead and start turning. $13.50. Okay. I put 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. The fourth row I kind of rounded it off so it looks like a lip on top. I sanded it from 60 to about 400. I blew it off. I cleaned it with alcohol. Now I'm going to put some sanding sealer on it. What you hear clicking is the chuck, my cheap chuck I got. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. It's not the lathe. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting some sanding sealer on it. Oh, can you see that? It looks pretty nice. So this is that curly maple. So now the sanding sealer is all dry. I'm going to go ahead and use Axe abrasive paste and the polishing restoring paste, and then I'll meet you guys at the board. Alright guys, thank you so much for sticking around this far. I think this thing came out really beautiful. This wood is just gorgeous. It's about 9 inches wide, maybe 4 inches tall. I still have to burn my emblem in the bottom and kind of finish the bottom. This maple, the grain in this maple is just gorgeous. It's a good size bowl, I think. You could use it. It's a good utility bowl, good decorative bowl, good potpourri bowl. Thank you so much. Give it a like, give it a dislike. Look in the description below. You can find my links to my Facebook, Instagram, Etsy. I have a PO box down there if you want to share a sticker with me. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day.